everyone. So I am in VixWin. From Axium, you select your patient and you select on X-rays in the left column. Um, I'm in here, but as you can see, there's nothing there. And VixWin had this issue last year. I had to go to IT and bring my computer and have them do something with the software so that I could actually see X-rays. So I think they're working on it, but I can show you a few things, and we'll go over this in lab as well. So you'll have a patient selected. I have selected my daughter Sadie. So and she does have films. I just can't open them up. But so what we'll do here is I'll show you a couple things. So how to open a new mount. So once you have your patient, you're going to need a new mount. So you go to Full Mount Series and you drop down to New Mount. And then you're going to pick your template. And it's over here on the right. You scroll down. And this one up here is a very typical bite wing template. So you're going to click on it and press OK. And you can see you have the 4 images. Now I already took this off, but I'm going to go in here and show you when you first go in what you'll see. I'm going up to Options, Preferences, Full Mouth Series, Direct Capture, Scan into the mouth. Okay, this is what you'll see when you first open it. I had already turned this off, but what these numbers do is they make it so when you take your film will pop up down here. It will automatically shoot it into this one first, this one second, third, and fourth. And we don't want that. We want your images to stay down here and for you to mount them yourself. So what we do is you go into Options, Preferences, Full Mouth Series, Direct Capture, Scan into the mouth, click it off, OK, and those numbers go away. And now the image that you take will stay down here in this lower bar, and then you'll have to click on it and drag it up to wherever it belongs. So here's the trash can. You never delete an image you take, ever, ever, ever. You just have your instructor come in, and if there is something that can be deleted for some reason, then that's fine if the instructor does it, but you never delete an image, even on Dexter, and the reason is because we don't want you to get in the habit of thinking that that's okay. And then, so you just critique it, don't delete it, and then we'll learn from the critique. Even if it's like a completely undiagnostic image, you still don't want to delete it, you just want to critique it. So you'll take your images, you'll drag them up to where they belong. This column will be all lit up, and so I just want to show you these are different things you can do. You can rotate left, rotate right, you can zoom in, zoom out. This is fit to screen. This is grayscale enhance. There's other measuring things, but this one down here, optimizer, that's the most important one really that I want to make sure that you know. You need to get in the habit of every single x-ray you take, you'll expose the image. It'll be down here in this bar. You'll click it, drag it up to where it needs to be. Perhaps you'll have to rotate it, and then you optimize it. Every single film. And you can't wait until like the whole set is done and then go through and optimize each one. It's just not as, I mean, you can technically do that, but it's just not nearly as time efficient as you take your film, drag it up, optimize your film. The doctors have to have you do this for clarity, otherwise the images are more grainy. So you'll hear a lot of complaining if you don't do it, because it really is an extra step that they'd have to do, and you're right there in the mode. So, so take your picture, drag it up, optimize. It's this little tooth with a little halo around the bottom. And then the next one that looks similar but has a spyglass is Spotlight. It lets you kind of zoom in on a few things. And then there's things to change. You can change some of the imaging. You can measure things. There's other little fun things to do, but I can't show you any of it because we don't have an actual picture. So then the other thing I want to show you is how to label your mount. So here we have today's date. This is this mount. So you're going to left click, and then your mount information is going to pop up. You're going to put your cursor by the date and write bite wings. If they were vertical bite wings, you could write the vertical bite wings, BWX. Or you could just write bite wings and it's apparent that they're vertical. It's up to you. And then you press OK. I'm going to take out the vertical. So now you have this. Now they know by looking at this whole, because this whole bar will be filled with images if it's a patient that's been coming for a long time. And now the doctors know instantly, oh, on 8/26 they had bite wings, because then they don't have to click through them all. They'll just have this long list of dates and identifying what's there. So it might say 9/18 FMX, whatever, just all these different dates. And then they can click the tabs to see the films, but they don't have to click the tabs to find out what the films are. They already know what they are. There's a pano, though it'll say, 7/16 pano or whatever. Okay, so now let's say you took your 4 films, but you ended up having 2 retakes. So what you would do is you'd need another mount, because we don't delete our retakes. So you would go back up to full mouth series, new mount, and you'd pick just whatever. You could pick this one here. And there it gives you two spots. And then you'd drag your retakes would be down here waiting, and you'd drag them up into the mount, and then you'd left click the date, put your cursor by the date, and write retake. And then you click OK, and it would be down here. So then you could toggle between, you have your bite wings and you have the retakes that you had to do. And that's really helpful because you can look back at somebody's history and you can say, look at this, they've always had retakes to try and open up the contact between 3 and 4. It's always closed because of their occlusion. So you know right out the gate that it's a tricky area. To delete a mount, which you may have to do if you put up an empty mount that you don't need, you just go up to full mouth series, delete, say yes, and it goes away. Full mouth series, yes, and it goes away. And of course, you only want to do that if it's an empty mount. You don't want to do it if it's full of images. So I think that should be it, and we'll talk about more things in lab. Thanks.